Hello, namaste, sat sri akal, and good evening. Today is a very special occasion. We are going to celebrate the 75th Independence Day, and on this occasion, we have very special guests with us, those who are the pillars of the country, of the education field, and they have spread their wings pan India to spread education to the society. Their passion and way of working has become a benchmark which everyone wants to follow. Their vision is that I am great believer in luck, and I find that harder I work, the more I have of it. So without taking any time, I would like to welcome uh, Dr. S.K. Rathore, sir. He is an entrepreneur, educator, motivator. Dr. S.K. Rathore, sir, is MPhil and PhD in physics and MBA in marketing, and is founder, chairman, and MD of Sanford Group of Schools. He was the founding president of the Early Childhood Care and Development Education Association, a voluntary organization working for the welfare of early learners, educators, and parents. He is vice president of the Early Childhood Association and chairman, School Education Department, Center for Education Growth and Research, CEGR. He started his entrepreneurial journey in 1995 with little capital, and today he is known as one of the most successful entrepreneur in schools education. Dr. S.K. Rathore is a well-known name in the field of early childhood education and is a regular speaker in major conferences and seminars on education and entrepreneurship in the country and abroad. He is decorated with Entrepreneur of the Year and the Most Successful Educational in Early Childhood Education Awards in the year 2016, Entrepreneur of the Year in the year 2017, and India's Greatest Leader 2017-18. His success story is featured in many major mainstream print media on ABP News, and most recently, he is featured in a web series on ForbesIndia.com as Education Economist of India. Recently, he is awarded as 50 Visionaries Leading Icons in Education 2020 by Education Today. We welcome you, sir, and we are very
Thank you
grateful
so
you are
much.
over here. This is a very small introduction of yours, and there is a long story. If we take 2 days, also we won't be able to complete about you because you are so down to earth that your profile speaks about this small two paragraphs only, and we have to, create a book for you if you talk about your
Thank you
achievements.
so.
The other day, I had been seeing your interview with Chetan Bhagatji, and we get so much inspired by your this journey of education, how you started up from soil and how you made it in diamond, or so how you have made this. So sir, we will also like to know about you. Let's introduce the next guest when I'll come back again to you, sir. uh, Anirudh sir. Anirudh sir also is very busy, and he is going to have a urgent meeting with some people also. Sir is here. Sir, please. Another next eminent guest we have is Mr. Anirudh Gupta, sir. He is a leading entrepreneur, an eminent writer, and an enthusiastic social worker. He is an environmental engineer by qualification and has also done his master's in international trade and finance. Mr. Gupta is the CEO of the renowned DCM Group of Schools, which has offshoots in various parts of North India and is the leading organization serving the cause of education since 1946. He has attended several national and international conferences in the field of education in UK, Australia, Finland, UAE, USA, China, France, Japan, and other countries, and regularly speaks at various national and international forums on diverse topics like Industrial Revolution 4.0, school education sector, safety and security in schools, regulation and autonomy, maintaining balance, leadership and teacher development, capacity building, technology and education, etc. Sir is also a member of the American Society of Civil Engineering USA. He heads the North Chair of FICCI RISE, which is a column of leading stakeholders who represent different faiths of school education in India. He also heads the Education Committee of PhD Chamber of Commerce Chandigarh region and is an advisor quality to National Independent Schools Alliance (NISA), which represents over 65,000 budget schools in 22 states of India. At an early age, Sir scaled glorious heights of success and is endowed with lot of rare qualities of head and heart. He has already been conferred with numerous prestigious awards like Educational Entrepreneur of the Year 2016 by Indian Education Congress, National Education Excellence Award by Global Leaders Foundation, National Award for Excellence in Education by Indian Economic Research and Development Council, Indian Award of Excellence in Education, Young Entrepreneur Award, Most Distinguished Leadership of the Year 2018 by Digital Learning and Exceptional Educator by American Leadership Board. Sir has been recently awarded as Entrepreneur of the Year 2019 award by World Didactic Association during the Asian Summit on Education and Skills held in Bengaluru. Besides this, he has been bestowed with appreciation awards by the Chief Minister of Punjab, Delhi, and Gujarat for various philanthropic work Mr. Gupta has done, featured amongst the 33 top entrepreneurs of India in the Education World magazine, also featured in several other leading magazines like Digital Learning, Brainfeed, Mentor, etc., as a force to reckon with the K-12 segment in the country. Sir is also an eminent writer. He has already written hundreds of photo features and articles for various newspapers and magazines, including Press Trust of India and the Tribune, and he regularly speaks at various national and international forums. Sir is the chairman of Global Entrepreneur Alliance, chairman of Firozpur Saudia Schools Complex, senior vice president of the Independent Schools Federation of India, vice president of Prayag Social Welfare Society, member of board of governors of Shahid Bhagat Singh Technical Campus, that is Government of Punjab, member zonal railway users consultative committee, Ministry of Railways, member of Cantonment Board, Ministry of Defense, chairman of Council of Infrastructural Development and Economic Reforms. Besides, he is associated with several other leading educational organizations, NGOs, social and cultural societies in various capacities. He also has keen interest in sports. Being the chairman of Sports Association, he has also played a vital role in the chiseling many more sports persons and introducing of various games even in remote border areas. He is president of Punjab Lawn Tennis Association, president of Punjab Yoga Association, vice president of Punjab Roller Skating Associations. Sir is also member academic council of MBA Sports University Patiala, Punjab. Sir is also a leading consultant and on board of advisor for many educational and social organizations like IDA, Entrepreneurs Committee, International Council for School Leadership, Indian Red Cross, Police Public Welfare Trust, etc. He is also trustee of Hussain Wala Matters Memorial Trust, Government of Punjab, which looks into the development and beautification of the historic movements along the Indo-Pakistan border in Punjab. Many things he has left, but I hats off to sir that how does he control so many things along with sir. Sir, I'd just like to know, sir, that how do you look into all these things? I mean, it takes so much time to count up so many associations, and you are associated, and I have been seeing your resume that you reach everywhere. Wherever people call you, reach. You are so down to earth, you reach everywhere. And I don't know in 24 hours how many hours you work, sir, and do you sleep or not, sir? Please tell something about that, sir.
No, it's all about time management, and I'm lucky I have a good team. So I have around 45 people in my core team who handle various verticals. So it's how you organize yourself. And yes, I mean, you have to sacrifice a lot. You have to sacrifice a lot of family time, your personal time. You have to move out of your comfort zone. And on an average, we work from 14 to 16 hours every day. So
Yes, sir.
nothing comes on a platter. You have to slog. You have to, put in a lot of efforts. And work is my passion, and that is how we are able to manage all these things and sustain.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Next, we have Aditi Bam. She is an experienced educator, trainer, curriculum designer, and language learning expert. She heads academic excellence and impact for the Freedom Platform, which provides skill-based and joyful online English language learning for over 2 lakh children. In the past decade, she has designed one of the India's most premier in-school reading program, which continues to benefit over 65,000 children between the age of 3 to 10 today as well. She has also co-designed India's first diagnostic reading assessment, FAST, along with her team at S2M, that is Stones to My Stone, in collaboration with the Australian Council of Education Research. She has been trained in curriculum development, research, counseling, and coaching. She holds a master's degree in organizational and social psychology for the London School of Economics. She is fond of theatre and dabbles in writing in her free time. When she is not traveling, she lives and works in Mumbai with her husband, his plants, and her books. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, Aditi, ma'am. And you seem to be too young. And this at this stage, I came to know you're working with this project, this Stones to Milestone, from last 10 to 12 years. I mean, when did you started this? How did it came into your mind that I should go for this Stones to
Uh,
Milestone?
thank you, sir. You're too kind. I wanted to, say, especially Anirudh sir, Dr. Rathore, Anirudh sir, your association with sporting, I think nowadays is so inspiring. Simply because we've seen what Indian athletes are capable of, and for someone on this panel to be associated with bringing that glory of sport out to us, I think it's incredible, and we're very excited that there are able leaders like you who are going to bring glory, sporting glory to our country. So I was most excited about that part of your introduction. Um, and Dr. Rathore, I think we share love for making learning possible for children. And for you to have given your entire career to it, I think is also very, very inspirational for people like me who are just starting on our journeys. And Sarapjeet sir, I think I've seen your videos of these sessions before, and the enthusiasm that you bring, in transforming lives. I think it's incredible. Thank you so much for having
Thank
me.
you, ma'am. Thank you.
I think my thinking has been very simple, and Anirudh sir and Dr. Rathore will agree with me when I say that when children think about something, it's extremely simple and it's extremely clear. And when I was a child, I had decided that schools make me happy, and I want to dedicate my life to working in a school or with a school. Now, unfortunately, I'm not good enough to teach. It takes a superhuman to go into a classroom and do it day in and day out. And the next best thing I could do to bring the love of education alive is to work with an organization that makes learning possible for children. And my master's thesis was on flexible learning environments in schools, in small towns, what we can do to make learning better for children. And when I found Stones to Milestones, where I could really make all my dreams come true, it was something. It was a match made in heaven. 10 years have just flown, and I know I can't think of being as productive, happy, or free anywhere else apart from the Freedom platform. It's the core team. All of us, we came together because of a common love for reading. It is reading that has made us who we are. It continues to challenge us and helps us grow. And I think it is something that keeps us grounded. So these values are something that I find kind of keep me stuck like a magnet to Freedom Stones to Milestones.
Thank you so much, ma'am, Aditi, ma'am. Sir Rathore, sir, I'd like to ask you that, your journey started from 1995 when you started. I think you told that you started up with two preschools in the beginning, and you came up 250 plus schools, as I've heard in the Chetan Bhagat's interview also, you have told. So, sir, of course, I had also seen that your family had been your strength, and your wife as well as your children, they are also, have come together with you as your, shoulders, and they've come with you. But you are the main pillar, the main, root that who have started up with this. So, sir, what was your inspirations to start up the schools? Because you did not had any background, or I don't know, or what was your background, and how did it came to your mind that I should come into the schooling field? Sir, you are mute, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chando, for organizing such a wonderful, show. See, my journey, professional journey in the field of education started in 1999, but this journey was started long back when I was a kid. I come from a family where my mother never went to school, and my father hardly had primary education. So that's the thing. My father, though my father was not so educated, but his only vision and mission was to give me best possible education, what he can afford. So the reading or the learning started from that stage. So in the childhood, when I was going to primary school, so there was a municipal school just at a walking distance from my house, and my father, because we were not from that financially good background, so my father admitted me in that school, and very next day I asked my father, I want go there in that school. मैंने कहा पापा वो स्कूल पसंद नहीं है मुझे नहीं जाना है उस स्कूल में. So that day my father realized first day only कि ये बच्चा पढ़ लेगा शायद. Then there was only one private school in that part of Delhi. So my father went there and admitted me in that was primary school only, and there I started, and I did my primary education from there, and then from government all the education then after that from the government institution. So when all the friends of my father were educated, though my father was not so educated, my friends of my fathers were all educated. One friend of my father was a teacher, PGT. One of the friends of my father was a college lecturer. One of the 2-3 friends of were in another government departments. So the kind of knowledge, the kind of assistance I got from friends of my father, my uncles, that was incredible. So in the my childhood only, I understood the importance of learning, importance of reading. I used to read newspaper borrowing from my neighborhood, because we were not able to buy the newspapers that we can't afford, and I used to get books, story books on rents. हमारे टाइम पे रेंट पे बुक्स मिला करती थी.
Yes, I remember.
तो हम क्योंकि we can't buy those all the books, so from there the reading and writing and learning started. And at my time, all the people of my generation, though I am not so old, but all the people of my generation who had achieved something had worked very, very hard on themselves only. अपने आप पे हम लोगों ने, हमारी जनरेशन के लोगों ने बहुत काम किया, because the kind of financial background most of the people came from, the kind of facilities we have been provided, that was not in sync with the kind of things we require at that point of time. So learning and reading and writing started at that place only. And I never know कि कब वो newspaper जिसके हम कभी वो envelope बनाया करते थे पढ़ने के बाद में, उस तरह के न्यूज़पेपर में कब हमारे आर्टिकल आने शुरू हो जाएंगे, we have never thought of.
Yes, sir. Hats off to you, sir. Hats off to you. I mean, your journey from making ये उस न्यूज़पेपर में जिसको आप एरोप्लेन बना के उड़ाते थे, वो एनवलप बनाते थे SUPW में, and from that your article started coming in that. Hats off to you, sir. And you have done such a lot of hard work, because as people say that people believe on luck, but if you work hard, the luck will accompany you. That is the best example you have shown to the people, sir. So you don't look of old generation, sir. You look so young when you are with your children also. It looks like that the brothers and sisters are over there. I had been seeing that your son is also into the industry now, and daughter is also doing very good, and your wife is also doing. So you are so energetic that like youngster also they're nothing in front of you. They're nothing in front of you. Anirudh sir.
Yes, Mr. Chandu.
Sir, please, I know you are quite tired and since the morning, but again, sir, it's a request. We will like to know about your journey also, sir, because being in Firozpur, because I am quite associated to Punjab, and I had been to Firozpur, nearby, and Ludhiana also, and Chandigarh also. And you being over there, sir, you have given so much strength to the education in Punjab side and Haryana side. It was badly needed over there, and the standard which you have given to the education in that particular area. I've seen your schools in Firozpur also. Firozpur, nobody can imagine even that so good schools can come in Firozpur also, as well as you have schools in Ludhiana and other places also. So, sir, how did you started up this, and how did you came up to this position?
Okay, so I'm a third generation entrepreneur. My maternal grandfather started first school in 1946. So this is our platinum jubilee. We have completed 75 years of our existence this year.
Great.
So that time when he started the first school in this place called Firozpur, it was not a border town that time.
Okay.
However, immediately the school was started. So after 1 year, the partition took place, and overnight this place became a border town with the inherent pitfalls and hiccups of being in a proximity of border. Thereafter, this place saw a lot of action. We had floods, we have wars. There was a war in 1965, 1971, a decade long of insurgency. So a whole lot of things happened, but the organization, emerged stronger than ever before whenever there was such crisis. So thereafter, my mother took over the reins in 80s, and later I being the only child. So though I was studying that time, but even while I was studying, I had to manage the affairs of the organization. And initially, I thought that I'll just consolidate and I'll just restructure the things, and then I wanted to pursue my own dreams. However, it happens so that since the time I stepped into the shoes of an administrator and I started looking into the entire gamut of things in the K-12 segment, I realized that there's a lot needs to be done. Fine, from restructuring of an institution to bringing in transformational pedagogies to rebooting the entire administrative setup. So the more I went on the deeper and deeper, the more I realized that I think I need to spend some more time, and finally it became my passion. So it's been almost 25 years now, and just one thing I'll tell you, that in this 25 years I haven't taken even a day's break.
My
Right.
goodness.
So that is how we have brought up the entire organization, and education is not any commercial venture for us. Institutions are not kind of money spinning machines. For us, it's a passion. We breathe education, we talk education, we walk education, and the topic of the today was reading. So I think reading and education, they are like twin sisters. So
Yes, sir.
so I've been very passionate about reading also, and I'm happy to share that since '99 I have been into journalism also, and I've been writing some hard-hitting stuff from external affairs to the cross-border affairs to the drug syndicate to the women empowerment to the agriculture practices. So I've been writing for the Tribune and Press Trust of India. It's been almost 22 years. So as a
Great.
sports administrator, as a socialist, as a golfer, as a businessman, so I mean everything we look at from a learning aspect. So everything gives you a lot of insight into various dimensions of life. So this is what has been our journey so far, and I'm really looking forward. And I just wanted to convey one thing to you. I really appreciate your simplicity, your humility, and the fact that you are doing something big. Fine. Generally,
sir.
people do not gather courage to organize these talk shows and these webinars. It's generally the forte of the educational companies and big entities, or like some
Thank
big
you, sir.
institutions. So you are yourself starting this talk show in your individual capacity, speaks volumes of your vision, your courage, your conviction, and that is what I really appreciate.
Thank you so much, sir. So nice of you. Basically, I'm working as a principal in a CBSE school here in Kanpur. So it came into my mind. I had been associated with many associations, webinars. I had done so many. So it came into my mind that something should go up with a very good thing with the education. It's not like other webinars are going on.
That's what I am appreciating. Generally
Thank you,
the
sir. Thank you.
principals they refrain from doing anything extra. They're always, like grumbling that there's always so much to do.
Yes, sir.
But you're taking up this initiative is really,
Thank you,
very
sir.
nice.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. It's good, sir. And your journey also from your, I mean, for fathers also that has been very struggling and all. And I remember 1946, you said started, and that after 1 year partition happened. My grandfather was also from that side only, not just Pakistan, Rawalpindi. They're from there also. So they had seen all that, which you see in the movies and all, like in the trains, they're going in, shedding blood and all, everything. My father was somewhere around 12 or 13 years of age that side. And after coming this side, or even you, I mean, as the border was being there after 46, and your mother also took over the things. But sir, I'm somewhere around 50, and I'm associated with Punjab since my childhood, because in Patiala, I have my nanny house in Patiala. So from last 45, or whenever I was born, so 50 years I'm going to Punjab. But DCM has got its name from the last 20 plus years, sir. It's not like I'm trying to praise you, sir, but the thing is, because you get your name from the people. What the people speak about you, that is more important, sir. Like, so when I'm going to Ludhiana also, from because I got married around 21 years back. So going from last 20 years, 21 years, and the regular speech is over there that the DCM is growing so good, and now it is up to the the highest level that nobody can come in front of that school. Hundreds of schools are there in Ludhiana. It's an industrial city, and so many big schools and brands have come over there. And this is a standard. It's not just what I feel from your words, sir, that it's just not like Rathore sir has also started up with so many schools, that it's just not starting up of a school only. The standard, in one word, in normal language, what you talk about is to bring up the standard of the school. And in standard, there are hundreds of things. From A to Z, there are so many things, infinite things, that you still feel that this thing more should be done, this thing more should be done. Because you, till the last day, last breath you breathe, it is you have to learn and you have to do something for the education. Sir, as you told, sir, that I'm doing a good job into this, I have got this courage. I have got this courage just because of people like you and that horse, sir, and that I see to you people that how you have struggled. It's just not like that you have sit on the seat of your grandparents. You have struggled for that. You have brought up the standard. It was not that standard which the society wanted for the 21st century. You have brought up the standard up to the level and the education which you are giving to the children. The parents are sending the kids to the school just not to get education, to get that mental level and standard which have brought up to your schools, sir, all of you which are over here. Rathore sir also. And thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Rathore sir, I'll come up to you, sir. And as you told us that reading you had started up your education with the reading part only. So what do you feel that how much it contributes to your success?
See, whatever you want to apply, you need to know from somewhere.
Yes.
Knowledge will not come automatically. Knowledge will come from the books. Knowledge will come from the media, any kind of media, maybe audio or video or digital or this print media. And at my time, no digital was there. At my time, video VCR came very late. VCR पे हम लोग रात को 3-3 मूवी एक साथ देखा करते थे क्योंकि वो रैंक पे लाया करते थे.
बिल्कुल याद है सर.
तो at that time आप भी 50 के आसपास है जैसे बता रहे हैं.
जी.
At that point of time, only books were the source of knowledge.
Yes sir.
Even the TV came later. हमारे घरों में टीवी बहुत लेट आया है.
सर वो पूरे मोहल्ले में, हाँ जी, वो एक मोहल्ले में एक टीवी होता था, वो शटर खोल के चित्रहार के लिए चौपाल में बैठ जाते थे.
जी जी जी.
और आपकी बात जी,
टीवी होता भी था तो टीवी पे प्रोग्राम्स नहीं आते थे इस तरह के.
यस सर.
अभी एजुकेशनल चैनल्स आर डिफरेंट, एंटरटेनमेंट चैनल्स आर डिफरेंट, न्यूज चैनल्स आर डिफरेंट, lots of options. You have to watch the TV. YouTube is there for the knowledge source. But when I was studying, when I was in school and college and university, at that point of time, the only source of information, source of knowledge was books and books and books, and the support from the teachers and professors. That is the only source of knowledge. So whoever of my age and near to my age is there, their main success behind their position is books only. One thing. Second thing, Monday I was doing one webinar on parenting. So many of the parents comes to us when we are in the school field only. Many of the parents ask us, sir, ये बच्चा मेरा बेटा ना या बेटी, my child don't want to read. उसको वीडियो आप जितनी मर्जी दिखा सकते हो, वीडियो वो देखने में खुश रहता है बच्चा, but don't want to read. So how can a child will read? Though my father was not so educated, but वो न्यूज़पेपर तो पढ़ते थे हिंदी का.
Right.
तो whatever वो हिंदी की किताबें तो पढ़ते थे, इंग्लिश नहीं आती थी उनको, बट हिंदी की किताबें तो पढ़ते थे, वो रामायण तो पढ़ते थे, वो गीता तो पढ़ते थे. तो जब whenever we see our elder to sit and read something, it means there is something good out of it. हम लोग वही करते हैं जिसमें हमें मजा आता है. अगर हमें लगता है कि हमारे पेरेंट्स कुछ पढ़ रहे हैं, इट मींस इट इज एंजॉयबल एक्टिविटी, जो कि आज की डेट में कम हो गया है. all the people today, either they watch TV or YouTube, और अगर उनको बुक भी पढ़नी है तो वो बुक भी वो लिसन करते हैं आज की डेट में. they listen the books.
Yes, sir.
So what I say today also, there's a lots of difference if you read a book or if you listen the same content or if you watch the same content. Because when you read, concentration is there. Whatever you read, you will store in your mind. Whenever you watch any content, some or other distraction would always be there.
Yes.
लेकिन आपको अगर किताब पढ़नी है तो आपका एक एक वर्ड आपको पढ़ के तब उसको आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा. Whether it is a story book or any biography or any subject matter, you need to read. So I think, and at my time, even the writing was so much. Writing was so much. We used to learn the subject and used to write even a single answer n number of times before the examination happened. And today children don't want to write, and after this pandemic they even don't know how to write. They forgot to write. They forgot to write.
Right.
In the morning itself, हम लोग अनिरुद्ध और मैं यही बात कर रहे थे, हम लोग जब वेबिनार में थे, कि अभी बच्चे लिखना भूल गए हैं, उनके लिखने की प्रैक्टिस खत्म हो गई है. तो रीडिंग और राइटिंग, ये दोनों ही these two things are most crucial part of the development of any child's knowledge system.
LSRW, what we call, sir, right now, when the deep study when has been done, has been taken out, LSRW are the most important components where the child should focus on. And I remember, sir, आपने वो छोटे होने की बात करी, जब लोग पढ़ते थे तो fountain pen, we used to use fountain pen. Ball pen will not use because handwriting खराब हो जाएगी. And handwriting is also very important, sir. I had been seeing students studying in class 12th and their writing is so bad, they don't focus on the writing also. So it is also a message, I think, from you will also say the same thing, that the schools will also should focus on the writing part also, along with the reading part also. And reading is we say that reading is the best friend. Reading is the best friend, and it is, sir, you have been doing so many, webinars, as well as you have been giving trainings, parental coaching also you've been doing at so many places. And I've been seeing in your profile that your daughter also and son also he has come into, and they have been started giving training. You are reaching to all your 250 plus schools also. You are giving training to your, the parents also. Such an hats off to you. I mean, it had been can be seen on your faces, that smiling faces over there, but how tired you are in the evening time. Since morning you have been working 16 to 18 hours a day. Hats off to you, sir, and both of you, and sir, you also. What are you doing? Simply,
I just wanted to say one thing. Whoever is, by passion is in the field of education, they never tires.
Yes, sir. That's there.
They never tires because by any kind of activities, even sitting in this panel also, we are learning something. So
yes,
see, if we are into education field, we have to learn every day, every moment. So this is the process what we are going through. So we never tires. Every moment we learn, and we enjoy it. So if we enjoy it, we never tires.
Again, a compliment, sir. You are so energetic, and you are so you're not always fresh. That just you have just started right now. So we get so much source of inspiration from you that if you are doing it at this level, why can't we? And you have set up so much benchmarks to us that if even we reach a 1% of yours also, so we have fulfilled our
Thank you
our
so much.
life. Aditi ma'am, you have heard the sir also, Anvat sir also, and Rathore sir also. What do you say about this? What is your own personal history of reading, and how does reading contribute to success of yours?
My personal connection with reading is very special. I grew up in Rajkot. At that time, it was a small town in Gujarat. Now it's a flourishing city. And when I was growing up, we did not have a single bookstore in town that sold English books for children of our age when we were growing up. And I have to say, I'm so grateful to God. I have two of the most incredible parents in the world. And so they would incentivize our hobbies and our passions with reading. So we always associated books and reading as a reward that you are receiving, not as a task that's to be done. So, every birthday, for instance, our parents would gift us a wall of the house, and they would say, write here, draw here, scribble here, whatever you want. So until my sister and I, we were 10, we lived in a very dirty house, but a very fulfilling house. We used to take our vacations were to Ahmedabad, which was the closest city, and we would get an allowance to sit in Crossword and, buy X number of books. Our school library was exceptional, very, much gratitude to it. And just like Rathore sir, I was a part of many traveling libraries across Rajkot. So I've always associated reading with something that is an extension of who I am. And it empowers me to express myself express myself orally and in writing with confidence, with the right amount of vocabulary. I always say that, if you imagine that you're wearing a backpack, and what is in that backpack that helps you go through life at different stages. And language, the power of reading and the power of expression will never go away from that backpack. You will need different things in life at different points in time, but this is something that you will always need. And I consider it, very essential work to be able to give this gift to our children today. Just like sir is saying, we need to bring reading back to the dining table. I remember when I was little and we would sit for dinner, which was the only meal that the family would have together. My parents would talk about what they read. It could be newspapers in Gujarati, it could be magazines in Gujarati, it could be, some article, it could be something related to work that my father would read, it would be something related to teaching that my mother would read, but we would talk about it. So as children, we realized that this is something aspirational, and we have to help our children associate this aspiration, which is about reading. Even if we can't associate it as an aspiration, we can absolutely associate with it as a stepping stone to success. Very practically speaking, children who are in grade 3, grade 4, grade 5, when they start learning different subjects in school, they're all learning it via English, especially in our English medium schools. So if your ability to read and comprehend is slightly compromised, we are losing our own opportunities for growth and success. There is somewhere or the other you'll encounter a hurdle, that I'm fantastic at maths, but when I'm given a word problem to make sense of, and if I don't know what, Sarabpreet sir and Aditi spend 500 rupees together on a meal, if I don't know what spending together means, if it is adding or subtracting, how am I going to, solve that problem? So, reading is something that I equate with an aspiration that we have. I equate it with something that we have to look at as an essential, non-negotiable step for success. I look at it as nutrition. When we are little, our parents did not compromise on the kind of food that we were given. It was wholesome, it was simple, it was nutritious, and with the awareness that nutrition today is equal to health tomorrow. I didn't decide that, I have to become healthy when I'm 35, 36. So I should start eating healthy food when I'm 33, 34. Right? It's a long-term thing. And it's exactly the case with reading, which is something that we really, really need to think about, because it is,
Exactly.
you have to start soon. You have to start early. in order to build that experience and that love, it takes time to fall in love with something. So the most incredible thing that we as educators can do, which I know Anirudh sir and Rathore sir do in their schools already, is to create that interest in reading. And if we can help our children feel that interest, then it's kind of, it's taken care of. And
Yes.
one thing that I feel really passionate about is, we need a whole PR activity around reading. We need to change the perception of reading that we hold as a society. Okay, when sir talks about children don't read, don't write anymore, it's because of the perception that children have grown up with about reading, right? Arey, padhta kaun hai? What is the point of reading? Why are you sitting all alone and reading? We look at it as a solitary activity that we need to, that, oh, punishment ke liye library mein bhejte hain. So as schools, we first have to decide that libraries can't be a place for punishment. We have to decide that we have to do some kind of work when we talk about, building that love for reading. We have to change that perception in ourselves and help children see, reading as a reward. Um, I was very lucky to go to Harvard in 2018 to further study on this. And one thing that we also kind of we learned is that we learn or remember something the most when all our senses are involved in it. When we are able to feel something, touch something, think of how it smells, it builds an overall very wholesome, memorable experience. And for the little ones, especially children between the ages of 3 to 7, that is the kind of experience that we need to build for reading. Where you're able to touch something, where you're able to really understand why this is special, listen to a story really, really well told. So you
Right.
feel like, wow, this is exciting. I need to do this more.
So what I sum up from your saying, Aditi Mehta ma'am, is that we know as educationalists, we know that reading is very important, very important. But the thing is, this awareness has to come to all the stakeholders. That is the parents also, the teachers also. Teachers are the most important, because if they at their time they haven't studied at all, as Rathore sir said, that if your father was you reading newspaper, even he never went to school, but at least he was reading a Hindi newspaper. It's just not that reading means you have to read English. Reading only has to be done. What sir wants to say, reading is just like you when you chew, when you have a chewing in your mouth and you chew, so all the nerves they get exercise. It is like reading. When you read, whichever language you are reading, the thing is your brain works. Your brain works.
Absolutely.
Your imagination, your thinking power, and everything it rises. So
Absolutely.
it
And
is
sir,
also there. Yeah.
I feel like the stakeholders know reading is important, because if you talk to any parent or any teacher and you ask them reading karna chahiye, they will say yes, it's very important. But there is a little bit of a gap in intent and action, which is what we need to work on. Because I feel
Right.
like
Right.
at the
Right.
intent level we are sorted. You go to any teacher in your school and Rathore sir schools, in any of the schools that we work with, people genuinely believe and know that reading is important. But
Right.
what do we do about it has to now,
That
come
is there.
closer to bridging the gap.
Even
Yeah,
as Rathore sir was saying that whatever the situation as at home, whatever you are doing, your kids follow you. Even if the
absolutely.
reading is not there. See, my main thing is now that Rathore sir will also second with me, that parents want that if we are sending to the school, suppose everything will be done by the school. They don't want to do anything. That is the most important thing. हमने फीस भर दी, हमने बच्चा भेज दिया, हमारा काम खत्म है, इसको ये नहीं आता, वो नहीं आता. The child is with us from 3 to 6 hours. That's 18 to 20 hours. He's 21 hours. He's with you. What are you giving to him? As we say that home is the first school. So this also becomes very important, that burden also comes to us. Also comes to us that we have to integrate all these habits. And even many parents, they don't have the habit of reading, but they want their children. Like sir said, that there are many people at our age also, when we were kids, when we used to see that activity schools came into being. So we used to say that क्या फालतू चीजें कराते रहते हैं, तबला and guitar and congo. But now it is all a part of life. Even a small schools also goes for all this. So things and the scenario has changed. We have to change accordingly. Sir, so I will take your only 5 minutes more, asking you, what are the initiatives you have implemented in your schools to encourage reading and English language proficiency for children? And what are your suggestions if you want to tell, sir?
See, to enhance the habit of reading in our children, we need to create an environment at home also. Because as you said, in the school, children are with us for 4, 5, 6 hours. And during those 5, 6 hours, they have to go through all the activities, whether the sports period is there, or lab period is there, or computer period is there. Now robotics is there. Lots of things has to be completed during these 5, 6 hours. So what I started doing some 5, 6 years back, I traveled a lot, and I traveled to each and every branch of mine, whether it is in a smallest of the smallest place. I tell you, we have a branch in Bijapur in Karnataka. To reach to Bijapur, I have to take a flight from Delhi to Pune, then by train to Solapur, Pune to Solapur, then by taxi from Solapur to Bijapur. So if I start early morning from Delhi, then late night I'll reach to Bijapur. But I travel to all the places, whether it is Bijapur or any big city or anywhere. And I started doing parenting workshop. And in those workshops, I only talk to parents how much time you devote to read anything, any content. My main, stress was on the reading during those workshops. So I, at the end of workshops, I just uh, took commitment from the parents. Whenever any good thing happen in your family, if child did any good thing, if you want to appreciate child, if you want to gift your child anything, gift a book of his or her own level. One thing. Second thing, if your spouse, you want to gift anything to your spouse, gift a book of his or her interest. Third, I requested all the parents to create a corner in their house. It's not necessary you have a big house. In my childhood, we lived in a single room house. Later on, my father constructed one more room to because it was a requirement for my studies. So now we have big houses. If you have big house or a small house or a 2-room house or a 3-room, what size of house you have, just create a corner out of it and dedicate it for the books. Create a small library kind of thing in your house, and I will ask whenever next time I will come, and I may visit 1 or 2 parents' house to see what you have done. So you believe me, this initiative of mine changed lots of positive things in not all the parents. Everybody is having different mindset. बहुत सारे लोग तो बोलते हैं दिल्ली से आया भाषण देके चला गया, कुछ नहीं, अपनी अपनी सोच होती है लोगों की. But whenever I asked children, whenever I asked my branches, what is the impact of my workshop, so I am so glad to share at least 20-30% parents very next week bought some books, created that a small corner, and sent photographs to me. This is the kind of changes I have seen in parents' mindset during last 20-25 years. Lots of changes has happened in the society. I started my career at 1300 stipend. 1300 रुपए में मेरा कैरियर शुरू हुआ. आज वो कैरियर शुरू 50,000 पे होता है ना. तो जब at that point of time buying a TV, buying a even Walkman, आज के टाइम में तो लोगों को Walkman शायद पता नहीं होगा. Buying a Walkman was so difficult to save money and buying a music system or Walkman. Today, most of the children have a tablet. Most of the children have a smartphone now. To everybody, because of pandemic, and laptop or computer at home, TV, good TV at home. So they have all the facilities, but not books. So I just tried to change their mindset, create a library, and whenever you want your child to read, you should also sit with the child. Devote at least 1 hour daily. You read your content of your interest, and give the child books to read whatever content is suitable to read for the child of that particular age. So this initiative of mine did lots of changes in the parents mindset, and it was a fruitful activity, what I can say.
Thank you so much, sir. You have given a great idea for all these things, and those ever who will be seeing into this, and they'll understand that what else they can do. Another thing I want to 2 minutes I'll share, sir. We had been talking other day also that the parents where they are illiterate or they do not cooperate, like you said, 20-30 parents, so at least they come with all these things. Chalo, whatever we said, 20-30% we revolution it's very good. So there, what the teachers have started up in school is that how they do it. Teacher starts up with the story. When they come up to the climax in the class, they say, okay, ma'am, tell what happened afterwards. Okay, children will do this tomorrow. Like you see in TV series, na, when the things come onto a complex part, तो उसमें आ जाता है, we'll see tomorrow. कल देखिएगा, जल्द देखेंगे कल, और हम Monday
I want to add some more things.
Yes, sir.
See,
yes, sir.
20-30% within a week only.
Yes,
after
sir.
my workshop, and this number was much higher. Another thing, what I started, I asked all the branches, all the teachers. I had a workshop of all the teachers, and I asked my teacher, start Monday free talk with the children.
Right.
Give topic on Friday, Saturday, Sunday is off. Give a note in the diary. You should prepare talks on this thing. Give 4 or 5 topics and ask children to talk freely. There's no parameters, no specified parameters. So for that, parent need to read. When the parent they want their child to sit. They'll ask their child to sit and read. So these two kind of activities, did very well.
Very good, sir. Because the thing is, sir, you have brought up so many good things into the, especially in the preschools and all, because we know that preschool is the root. These 3 years or 4 years, what the root the child gets, that is for the long life, which parents also know. Even as a parent, when I was teaching in a very branded schools, DPS, and there's a very preschool in Kanpur. I'll let you know when you will come. So there I got them admitted that these 3 years, 4 years, they'll go to this school only, because pre-primary is the base. Whatever the things, these things, what they have got in their childhood, we are getting the response of that till now. My daughter is doing English honors. She's doing content writing. She's in final year, but because of pandemic, she's at home and she's in Delhi. She was in Delhi, and she is doing content writing and many other things she's doing. So base these children, what they have got, they get it from the pre-primary schools. Even parents, they have in their mind, if we are getting admitted in a school, the child should will be admitted in what do you call that as PG, and should learn till class 12. But many parents, they go for the only pre-primary schools, because the best of the education you're going to get it there. And I think, sir, this is the reason you have 250 plus branches, because the difference you bring into the pre-primary education into your system, that is entirely different. It is not about the bookish learning, the playway method only, the way or the systems which you have created. It is not an easy job, because I'm into education from last 25 years. So I can understand even what changes you have brought up into this system and all. It may be very common right now, but when you started up, these changes were the new things. Maybe many of them have adopted from you only. People do.
It was very difficult. It was very difficult to convince parents in 2009 to for the touch kind of thing. I imported that at that point of time, no touch panel was available in India. I imported from outside of the country, and I was the only person. We were the only school brand who give experience of touch and learn basically to the children. So we being from the computer side, I had very good contacts. So मैंने वो touch screen computers import किए. We have a content that time 2009 में वो content था जो कि touch screens पर बच्चे play कर सकते हैं. Learning content was that. अभी तो बहुत सारी edtech companies आ गई हैं.
सर ये भी एक बहुत
कोई edtech company नहीं थी जो इस तरह का content बनाती.
बिल्कुल नहीं करती थी सर. I know from that. अब तो from last 5-10 years only, these 5 years these things have becomes very common. 10 साल पहले तो कुछ भी नहीं था ये, कुछ भी नहीं था. But another thing also we might be facing also, that CBSE even says till class 2 you should not give homework. Parents come up and they say to us also कि आप लोग तो homework ही नहीं देते हैं. So that is also a very big problem when you might be facing with the pre-primary schools also कि आप लोग homework नहीं देते हैं, because we tell them that you don't have to put burden of your education onto the child. Every child is with the same mind, but when you put up the pressure of education or studies to the child, then only he becomes below average or above average. So that thing also has to be done with the parents. But I've been seeing your parenting webinars and all which I've been taking of the parents. I've seen so many videos you have uploaded on your YouTube channel also, and we have learned so many things from you, sir. Thank you so much that you have given your precious time and so many things you have told up. Aditi ma'am, I like that you should tell something a little in a very precise, what is this freedom app and this stones to milestone to sum up with the session.
Thank you, sir. You know what you were mentioning about homework. I think it's that is the beautiful power of technology, that you can do things at home without it seeming like you have to do homework. You know, the only association with the word homework that does not work perhaps for children is the fact that there is a force associated with it. And just like Rathore sir was saying, that you have to generate that interest. You have a reading corner in the house, you see your parents doing it. So things that feel like homework are not actually homework. And it's exactly what we are trying to achieve through the Freedom app. FREADOM Freedom is our app to help parents and children bond over reading. And it's so important that parents are a part of the ecosystem in which children read, right? So children can go to wonderful schools like yours or Rathore sirs. They can have wonderful teachers who encourage reading. And then at home, when they don't have the similar, similar push from parents, the love for reading sometimes gets lost. And Freedom is an app to solve that problem, where parents also have a lot of reading-led solutions to do with children, thousands of stories, thousands of activities, accessing age-appropriate, grade-appropriate pieces of news every day, all made alive by the power of technology. It is an app that we're developing along with Stanford University's AI-centered artificial intelligence division, human-centered artificial intelligence division. And the beauty of Freedom is that children can now convert reading into a beautiful competitive sport, where they can track who read more, who did more stories, who did more activities. And a school by itself can win awards because of the number of minutes that their children are reading. So there's nothing better than this to incentivize reading at a school level, at a child level, at a grade level. And Freedom is our app through which more than 300,000 children across the country are now investing more than 15 to 18 minutes a day in reading. And I think this is phenomenal progress. This is only for children between the ages of 3 to 12.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
and I think you have this Club 1 BR, that is Club 1 billion reader, I think I came to.
Correct. That is our, if Elon Musk wants to reach the moon, we want to reach
as well as your
children.
app is free of cost.
Absolutely. Freedom is a free of cost app. Anyone can download it. Rathore sir, I would love it if you could download it and give us your valuable feedback.
Rathore sir also said that now he's very right. Children don't want to touch the books. They don't want to read. Whatever you give them on their PC or laptop or on their mobile, they'll do that. So
so we have to reach children in the way that they want to be reached.
They want to be.
And this is exactly a solution.
And they are very fast and acting. You never know, because NEP is also saying this thing that whatever is the interest of the child, that should be given to the child.
Yes.
That is most important. Thank you so much, Rathore sir.
What NEP is saying today, in case of early childhood, we are doing for last 20 years.
Yes, sir. So this is what the changes you have brought out.
The shoulders of giants.
This is what, sir, that you have done up with the preschools, because bringing up such a big network, huge network of preschools in pan India in such a short time, and surviving it as a preschool only, not a full-fledged school. So that is something that I told you that if we have a localized brand over here in Kanpur, which is a very big, good preschool. So it is like that. You have also created few of your own schools, and you have shifted it to the whole country at the remote places के जो बच्चों को नहीं मिल पा रहा remote areas में, they are not able to get, and the way of education. We also say that the pre-primary teachers are as important as the board classes teachers, because if the roots will not be strong.
Rather, I would important. Like to say pre-primary teachers put in lots of more effort as compared to our CBSE teachers, because CBSE everything is framed in a particular manner. This
Yes, sir.
this is the chapter. This is the course content. You have to deliver it. You have to
Yeah,
have unit test, then the the term examination, then final examination.
everything is
PTS and all
ready-made.
that.
Yeah, everything is ready-made.
Everything is ready at one thing. Second thing, the children at that level they understand what teacher says, but these small children, we need to understand them.
Yes.
They don't understand. We need to understand them. We need to come down to their level. We need
Right,
to
sir. Right, sir.
come down to their level and learn from them, and then only we can make them learn.
Sir, I'll
Absolutely.
share
The
yeah.
older children, they respond to instructions. The younger ones respond to love. And it's
Yeah.
so much more difficult.
That's why I said we need to come down to their level. We need to learn from them first, then
100%.
then only we can make them to learn.
Sir, I'll
100%.
share a very small incident. The incidents which I came to know. Remember that teachers come to us also. Chota mu badi baat, I'll talk about this. That teachers do come to us and say, we respect our teachers till now, and now the students, they don't respect teachers. So I told them that you don't get respect, you have to earn your respect.
Yeah.
Like one thing, it happened with me. My son was in class 4. He was in DPS. He's in DPS. It's grade 8 now. So he had his final exams and revision was going on. His mother told him that, "Beta, you don't go tomorrow. We have a revision over here at home only." So he said, "I'll finalize after seeing my timetable." So when he took out his timetable, so maths period was there. He told that, "Sir, Papa, maths you won't be able to teach because the way the teacher stepwise teaches, you won't be able to do that." But I was
Yeah.
very happy. The maths teacher is so good that my child is in favor of him, not of me. When it came into Hindi period, he said, "Papa, Hindi, oh leave it, Papa. We play with her." I was astonished. A grade 4 child saying, "We play with the teacher." So this is what the point is. The children, they understand that who is giving, who is the right teacher. The teacher has the knowledge. If the teacher is very poised but she has a subject knowledge and she is giving it to the students, that there will be a pin drop silence in the class. But if the teacher is not having good knowledge and she shouts throughout the day in the class, there won't be a silence over there. There'll be a disturbance always. So that is why we also say to the teachers that you don't get respect, you have to earn your respect. And my first principal also said me, sir, when I started my career around 25 years back, I said in thank you. So he said, thanks to these kids. They are the only those who keep you, and these are the only who
Yeah.
show you the way out. That is there, sir. Thank you so much, sir. You have given so much precious time to us, and
Thank you so
so bunches of knowledge to us that we will carry this for so many years. And I'll request you again for a very small session I'll take afterwards for you, your personal session where I'll talk
Anytime.
about your lifestyle.
Anytime.
Thank you, Aditi ma'am, for
Yeah,
joining
thank
us.
you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Aditi,
Nice
for
talking.
sharing
Thank you, sir. It
your
was lovely
meeting.
meeting you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank
Same
you,
here.
sir.
Lots to learn.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Bye,
Abhijit.
bye, sir.
Thank you.